Today on Ag Etc., I visit with FSA County Executive Director Sean Rafferty about the Coronavirus Food Assistance Program 2, or CFAP 2. Learn the differences between CFAP 1 and 2 and who and what is eligible this go-around. Then I visit with this week's Young Leader in Ag. Then, as you know, the FSA office offers a variety of loan programs, one of which is the USDA's Farm Storage Facilities Loan Program. I speak with FSA Farm Loan Specialist Heather Culwell to get the inside scoop of this loan program. Finally, get a behind-the-scenes tour of the Northwest Kansas Technical College Water Technology Farm, brought to you by the Kansas Water Office. It's all coming up on Ag Etc. Stay tuned.
Watch Ag AM in Kansas online at agaminkansas.com. This segment brought to you by Kansas Farm Bureau, the voice of agriculture. To join today or for more information, go to kfb.org or find us on Facebook and Twitter.
Welcome back to Ag AM in Kansas. I'm Britton Rucker. Coronavirus Food Assistance Program 2, or CFAP 2, will provide producers with financial assistance that gives them the ability to absorb some of the increased market cost associated with the COVID-19 pandemic. Here to speak more on this, I have with me now FSA County Executive Director for Sedgwick and Harvey County, Sean Rafferty. Welcome back, Sean.
Hey, I'm glad to be back. Boy, have we got a program here. This is so fresh, it still smells like a new pickup.
Sean, what is the most obvious differences between CFAP 1 and the new one coming out?
Well, I'm going to say for our part of the world, one of the biggest changes is now we've got some money there for our wheat farmers. And let me tell you, just like our last CFAP program, this one is even easier than the other one we did just finishing up not too long ago. Just like with CFAP 1, one of the best ways farmers can go ahead and initiate their own application is if they go to farmers.gov. Now, once you're in on that website, there's a couple different ways for you to apply, but I found the easiest way to start my application is to use the calculator that flows on over to an application. So once you kind of hop into there, you're going to see that there's a breakdown on a different way that this program is paying. And let me tell you something, everyone needs to get in on this program because there is some significant money going out. One of these main areas of the money is going out is, of course, is going to be our crops. Now, when you get into the program, don't get overwhelmed, but one of the main programs we have around here, they're referring to it as a price loss crop. Those are our common base acre crops you're used to seeing with FSA. There's nothing for the producer to provide. All of this information is going to download straight from insurance and through FSA. Pretty much, the producer starts the application either on their own or they can call us, and once we put in their information, that data will flow on over straight to the application. How much is this thing going to pay? Well, it's going to vary from producer to producer, whether or not they're insured or not, because the insurance piece is going to give us an APH. If you don't have insurance, that's okay. They'll look at the FSA PLC yield. But either way, on these crops, these base FSA crops, you're looking at least $15 an acre. Pretty big money. All right, so on this website, I would encourage folks to go and take a look because there is a very large list of crops that are available. They may fall into a few different categories, but there are so many crops that they're not even listed on my fact sheet because there's everything that's actually covered out there. Another thing to consider about CFAP number 2 is we also have a livestock piece. Now there is a big change with our livestock on this. The money pays pretty well. Our beef guys are going to be getting $55, I believe it's $55. Let me double check. Yeah, $55 a head on some beef livestock. But the thing is here, no breeding stock can be used in this calculation. So what is breeding stock? How do we look at that? Well, USDA, we got our own unique definition. Anything that has put offspring on the ground is not eligible for this program. Otherwise, it doesn't matter when that calf hit the ground or whatever, you can count those calves anytime between some magical dates. And those magical dates are, for those livestock, is anything between April 16 and August 31st. Why those years? Well, it has to go back to when this market had this big disruption, and we all know what that's about.
When we come back, learn when you can sign up for CFAP 2 right after these short messages.
At Farm Credit, we partner with America's farmers who work hard each and every day to grow the food that we all enjoy. It's not an easy task, but it's an important one. Farm Credit is proud to work with farmers and ranchers, lending support in rural America.
This segment brought to you by Sure Crop. Liquid crop nutrition delivered right to your farm.
Welcome back to Ag Etc. I'm back with Sean Rafferty talking all things CFAP 2. So Sean, when does this sign up begin?
Well, sign up actually started Monday of this week, and right now is scheduled to run all the way through December the 11th.
Very good. And what information do producers need to bring to their local FSA office?
Well, that's one nice thing about this program. The only thing that they need to bring is if they have any livestock numbers. Other than that, the crop data is just going to pull straight on over. So I guess what they need to know, if they don't run the application on their own, how do they want us to get them the application? They want to drive up out front. We'll do it across the hood of the pickup. We can email it. We can mail it. Pretty much on this crop piece, once we put the name and address in there, the data is going to flow on over, and all we need is a signature. Now, for our livestock producers, they're going to need to provide their livestock numbers, and once again, it's anything that's, not breeding stock qualifies. It's pretty darn easy. So easy, even I can run the application.
Absolutely, and you guys are really there for producers to really get this program to where they need it to be, whether that's coming to your guys' office or via email. You are there to work with a producer.
Absolutely. One of the good benefits about this COVID situation is we've all learned how to do business differently, and the electronic side of things has really kind of come around. I was looking at this farmers.gov just yesterday on my cell phone, and I was able to run the calculator on my cell phone and be able to make the application that way. Now, of course, if you run the application from home, you have a couple different options on how you get that application to us. But I'm very pleased to see how easy the process is. By doing the application, sometimes we realize maybe the acreage reporting, we miss a field or two. But a good way for producers to know if any acres were missed, once they sign their application, we do provide a form. It's called an estimated calculation. And on there, they can actually kind of follow the math to see how this whole thing pays. But the main thing is, producers can try this at home on their own, or they can call, and actually by the time we punch in their name and address, hit enter, we print the application and we can walk on out there, sign it, and then hopefully we'll start issuing some payments next week.
Absolutely. And going right into that, Sean, the most important question producers will want to know is, when will they see a payment from CFAP 2?
Oh yeah, that's one of our most popular questions. Okay, so sign up started on Monday and it's running right now, but we're still waiting to get provisions that'll allow us to make payment processes. There's a certain amount of check and balances that we do within the office before we let them go. I would like to see payments, my opinion, my guess is they should start going out next week. We have applications ready to go. We're just waiting for some more clarifications, but as fast as these payments can be pushed out, we'll get them going.
Absolutely. Well, Sean, as always, thank you so much for being on our program.
You're welcome. Call anytime.
I'm Britton Rucker, and this has been Ag AM in Kansas.
Sure Crop Fertilizers was started by my father, Don Sherman, and my mother, Shirley Sherman. Family business is started in the 80s. We predominantly focus on plant nutrients and what we can do to give growers better responses with the fertilizer dollars that they do, and what we can do to make those things work better for that grower. We're based out of Seneca, Kansas. We work with growers in their soil analysis to figure out what they need, and then we can put those in a blend that gives them the best results, and so that we can deliver that direct to their farm so that they have those nutrients where they need them, when they need them, and so that they can apply them in a manner that's very efficient to them and works well on their planting systems and what they're doing. Sure Crop Fertilizers has been around for a long time. We always say we're big enough to take care of everything you need, but we're small enough to do it quickly. You can get a hold of us at 1-800-635-4743. Our website is surecropfertilizers.com, and you can always email me at Corey@surecropfertilizers.com, and with any questions you have, and we're glad to answer and work with you.
This segment brought to you by Farm Credit Associations of Kansas, lending support to rural America, and by American Ag Service, your DuPont Pioneer dealer.
Welcome back to Ag AM in Kansas. I'm Britton Rucker. And for our Young Leaders in Ag segment, I have a very special guest with me now, Brecken Rucker. Welcome, Brecken.
Thanks for having me, Britton.
Brecken, go into a bit about your ag background.
Yeah, so I was involved in 4-H for the past 12 years of my life, showing cattle, goats, and sheep. I also was the daughter of an ag teacher, so I got drug around to every single FFA event ever since I was born. So that was a lot of fun. My family also backgrounds cattle, so that's just a little bit about my ag background.
And Brecken, you're actually studying at Kansas State University. What made you decide to go to K-State?
Okay. Yes, I'm an ag communications and journalism major. I chose to come to K-State because my family has a real passion for agriculture, and it truly is a family here in K-State, and I love it here.
And you are in the era of virtual learning with all these COVID regulations. How is learning at K-State?
Yeah, so it's definitely crazy speaking that I'm in my dorm room most days doing online learning. But since my ag comm major is so small, I'm lucky that I do get to go out and meet in person with all of my professors and go to class on a day-to-day basis. It's definitely crazy, but we're making the best out of the hard situation that we are put into.
What are some of the regulations that you are dealing with in the classroom currently?
Yeah, so I can't have big lectures. Lectures over 50 are not a thing. I go to class. My large classes I go to 1 day a week, which is difficult to know which days you're going to class just because it changes on a day-to-day basis. But honestly, everyone's just making the best out of the hard situation, and we're going to get through, and hopefully next semester doesn't look as crazy as this one.
Right, and obviously wearing face masks and sanitizing up and doing all the good stuff that you can to continue your education. Brecken, last question. Where do you see yourself headed in the future career-wise?
Yeah, so with my ag comm degree, I hope to be an ag broadcaster, as are you. Just getting to meet with local producers and consumers, getting that one-on-one experience that I will be able to change the way ag is conveyed for the years to come. So that is what I want to do.
Awesome. Well, Brecken, thank you so much for being this week's Young Leader in Ag.
Thank you for having me.
I'm Britton Rucker, and this has been Ag AM in Kansas.
At Farm Credit, we partner with America's farmers who work hard each and every day to grow the food that we all enjoy. It's not an easy task, but it's an important one. Farm Credit is proud to work with farmers and ranchers, lending support in rural America.
The Kansas Wheat Innovation Center in Manhattan is rediscovering ways to get improved varieties and new genetics in the hands of farmers faster. Grower-led and checkoff-funded research initiatives are bringing about positive change. This grassroots leadership provides a strong voice in Topeka and Washington, D.C. Now is the time to partner with Kansas Wheat in moving wheat forward. Kansas Wheat Commission and Kansas Association of Wheat Growers. Farmers investing in their future and yours. Log on to rediscoverwheat.org.
This segment brought to you by Kansas Corn. Learn more at kscorn.com.
Welcome back to Ag AM in Kansas. I'm Britton Rucker. For you producers, as you know, the FSA office offers a variety of loan programs, and the one we're discussing today is the USDA's Farm Storage Facility Loan Program. With me now to discuss this more is Farm Loan Specialist Heather Culwell of the Farm Service Agency. Welcome, Heather.
Hi, thank you.
Now, go into this loan program for grain storage and the purposes behind it.
Okay, the Farm Storage Facility Loan Program is a commodity credit corporation program. It provides low-cost financing for eligible producers to build or upgrade farm storage and handling facilities for eligible commodities.
And it is well beyond just grain storage. Who and what is eligible for this loan program?
Excellent question. We have a number of eligible applicants. They can be landowners, landlords, operators, producers, leaseholders, tenants, or sharecroppers. The one thing I would note, though, is it's not intended for commercial storage facilities. So if there's any sort of commercial component where the applicant is intending to store grain or an eligible commodity that they do not produce, then that's going to kick them out of the eligibility criteria.
And what are some requirements for this program?
Okay, we do have to comply with NEPA and any highly erodible land requirements. Any of the applicants cannot be delinquent on any federal non-tax debt. They cannot be convicted of controlled substances or crop insurance violations. They must be a producer of eligible commodity, have satisfactory credit history, and show the ability to make a down payment as well as repay the loan.
Absolutely. Heather, is there any financial requirements for this loan application?
There are. So the big one is that we do require a down payment. So any loan that has a balance of $50,000 or less, we require a 5% down payment. Anything above that $50,000 mark requires a 15% down payment.
Absolutely. And kind of going into some nitty-gritty stuff of this loan, what are some terms of the loan?
The maximum loan amount is $500,000 for a single loan. However, the applicant can have multiple loans. The loan term, the term of the loan depends on the loan amount. So we have the 3, 5, 7, 10, or 12 years. Anything less than $100,000 is eligible for the 3, 5, and 7 years only. Anything greater than $100,000 is eligible for a 3, 5, 7, or 10-year term. And anything between the $250,000 to the $500,000 mark is eligible for all of the terms. So 3, 5, 7, 10, or 12. Interest rates are determined at approval and are fixed for the life of the loan. And any loan that is made to purchase used items, those are going to be restricted to just the 3 or 5 year term.
Is there any form of security required along with this loan?
Absolutely, yeah, there is. So if we have an applicant that comes in and has an aggregate balance on their application of $100,000 or less, we will take a lien on the structure or the equipment item that they are purchasing. Anything above the $100,000, and again, it's the aggregate balance, so it's the total amount that they would owe for the farm storage facility loan program, that requires additional security in the form of real estate.
And are there any fees attached to become a part of this loan program?
There is an additional application fee of $100 due at the time of application. It covers all of our expenses as far as UCC filings, credit report fees, and any additional administrative costs. And if we do get into the aggregate balance above $100,000 where we are taking a lien on real estate, we do require that the applicant pay for fees associated with taking real estate as security. So we're looking at title expenses, mortgage filing fees, and items similar to that.
And Heather, what is the process in which one should apply to this loan program?
Yeah, all producers should get started in the process early. We do have to meet those requirements for our environmental reviews. So getting out and getting to the local county office and starting the application process early helps us to meet those timeframes.
And as always, you guys are there for producers in any level of question that they might have.
Absolutely, yes.
Well, Heather, thank you so much for getting on the program.
Well, thank you for having me.
When we come back, the Kansas Water Office brings you a tour of Northwest Technical College right after these short messages.
Kansas Corn reminds you that E15 fuel is the right choice for every kind of driver. For the car enthusiast, E15 has higher octane. For the thrifty driver, E15 is priced lower than regular unleaded. For the nature lover, E15 provides cleaner air. For the shopper who buys local, E15 has more ethanol from our Kansas corn farms. Choose E15 for a higher octane, lower price, cleaner American fuel. Message from the Kansas Corn Commission. Learn more at kscorn.com.
I'm Bob Swartz, and I've devoted the last 43 years to helping Kansans reach their retirement goals and to protect the family farm. At Bob Swartz Financial, we believe everyone should be able to live the retirement they've always dreamed of. Our team of professionals can help you create an efficient strategy using a variety of investment vehicles to help you address your financial needs and your concerns. Bob Swartz Financial values commitment and transparency.
ValleyVet.com is your one-stop shop for your every animal need. From prescription meds, vaccines, equipment, and more for the ranch to the show ring. Shop ValleyVet.com for fast shipping and great prices.
Valley Vet Supply.
This segment brought to you by Santa Fe Trail Meats in Overbrook. Let us help feed your family.
Welcome back to Ag Etc. Next, learn how Western Kansas is making strides in the precision ag field at Northwest Technical College Water Technology Farm.
Hi there, I'm Weston McCary. I'm the Director of Precision Agriculture Technology here at Northwest Kansas Technical College. We're in Goodland, Kansas in Sherman County. We have been a part of Kansas Water Office Water Technology Farms initiative since 2017. We run our water technology farms in conjunction with our 300-acre farm, where our students get hands-on education in farming in a complete precision ag technology curriculum. So we launched the Precision Agriculture Technology program in 2015. In 2016, we just had about 5 students that were participating and enrolled in the program, but we wanted to be able to get out and start helping producers as a mainstay, as a focus of the program from the beginning. So one of our funding partners that we reached out to pretty early on was Kansas Water Office. At that point, it was Director Tracy Streeter came out and had a conversation wanting to know what our plans were, and we met with some of the groundwater management district members, and the rest of it was kind of history. The synergy of what we were doing with trying to build the workforce in water with what the local GMD was wanting to do with trying to get scaled solutions on reducing water usage where it's not necessary, while not having it be an economic detriment. Trying to put those things all together, we feel like that was our natural roles.
So I'm Jack Polifka. I just graduated out of Northwest Tech Precision Ag program. Decided I wanted to get back into ag. Found the Precision Agriculture program and really dug down and got invested into what we can do here. And we were pretty proud on our corn. We did only irrigate 3 inches and 4 inches, 3 inches in our wiper and 4 inches in our drip irrigation, and maintained about 200 to 240 bushel average yield. So that was pretty great. A beautiful year for the school and a beautiful year for the technology as a whole. With that technology, we did use moisture probes to monitor our soil moisture levels and make decisions, smart decisions on when to irrigate and how much. And when we did get those rains that we were blessed with, we could see how much we did actually get soil penetration and infiltration into the soil profile, and then use that as a judgment on when our next irrigation scheduling would need to be. If you really want to look at it from a business perspective and throw sustainability out for just a second, it is the correct business decision to make. You are saving money by pumping less. Also, by not putting as much water on the surface, you're not going to have as much leaching of all your nutrients. Your nutrients are going to stay where they need to be for longer and get used up rather than leaching through the profile or running off. The first way to look at it as a business perspective and as a business operation, it is the financial decision to make. And the awesome side effect of that is that we are sustaining the aquifer and having it for many, many years to come.
Thanks for watching Ag Etc. As always, I'm Britton Rucker, and I'll see you here next week here on Ag AM in Kansas.
Watch Ag AM in Kansas online at agaminkansas.com.